It was a Saturday night, the kind that once meant something to us. We used to cook together, share a bottle of wine, talk for hours, and end the evening tangled in each other's arms. But somewhere along the way, everything shifted. My wife, Rachel, had grown cold, distant in a way that no argument or therapy session could fix. That night, when I reached for her, she let out a sigh, pushed my hand away, and said something in a voice so sharp it cut deeper than she knew. "You'll get intimacy when I feel like it." For a moment, I just stared at her, stunned, trying to wrap my head around what I'd heard. Then I smiled, not in anger, but in clarity. I finally understood exactly where I stood. For 4 months, I'd been trying to win her back. Flowers, date nights, patience, all met with the same cold indifference. Every time I tried to bridge the gap between us, she'd claim she was too tired or too busy. Yet her phone was always buzzing, filled with messages she'd quickly hide. Laughter, her laughter, the kind I hadn't heard in weeks, would drift from behind closed doors during her so-called work calls. When she threw that cruel line at me, saying I'd get affection only on her schedule, it hit me. I wasn't her partner anymore. I was a convenience. A provider. A placeholder for the man she'd already replaced in her heart. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I just nodded and said, "Got it." She rolled her eyes, probably thinking she'd put me in my place. But what she didn't realize was that those 2 words marked the end of me playing the fool. That night, while she sat scrolling through her phone and smirking at whoever had her attention, I opened my laptop and quietly began the process of cutting myself out of her world. Bank accounts, joint leases, insurance, one by one, everything we shared started to separate, silently and permanently. The next morning, she acted like nothing had happened. She hummed while making coffee, asked if I could handle the electricity bill, and mentioned brunch with her friends. I said, "Sure." She didn't catch the difference in my tone, didn't notice that I was already gone, just waiting for my plan to be complete. Over the next week, I gathered everything that was mine: documents, photos, passwords, even the heirloom watch my father left me, the one she tucked away in her jewelry box, for safekeeping. Each night, while she texted her mystery companion, I took another step toward freedom. Then came Friday, her so-called work dinner. She walked out wearing a dress I'd never seen before, her perfume lingering in the hallway. "Don't wait up," she said. I smiled. "I won't." She thought she'd won again, that she still had control. But that night, while she was gone, I packed the last of my things. I left the keys on the counter, along with an envelope containing every unpaid bill and expense I'd covered for her. Inside was a note that read, "You get everything when I feel like it. And I don't feel like it anymore." I moved into a small downtown apartment, quiet, clean, and mine. No tension. No games. 2 days later, she called. "Where are you?" she demanded. I answered calmly, "Living by your rules." She didn't understand, until she came home to an empty closet, a silent house, and my note. Then the calls started coming, desperate this time. "I didn't mean it," she sobbed. "I was just angry." But words can't undo years of neglect, manipulation, and disrespect. Her control slipped fast. Without my support, her lifestyle fell apart. The gym, the salon, the brunches, all gone. The friends she flaunted stopped returning her calls when she couldn't pay for their drinks. Even the work dinners disappeared after her boss, the one she thought admired her, was caught in a scandal and fired. Suddenly, she wasn't desirable anymore. Not to them, and definitely not to me. Weeks later, she showed up at my door, tears streaming down her face. "Please, can we talk?" she whispered. I realized how wrong I was. I looked at her, the same woman who once told me I'd get intimacy only when she felt like it, and for the first time, I felt nothing but peace. "You said I'd get affection on your terms," I told her softly. "Now you get forgiveness on mine. And I don't feel like it." I closed the door. In the silence that followed, I felt free. No anger, no resentment, just freedom. I'd spent so long begging for scraps of love from someone who treated affection like a reward. But love stops being love the moment it becomes a transaction. She learned that lesson too late. Now she has the life she thought she wanted, a life where she's in control, but completely alone. As for me, I finally understood that the most powerful act of all isn't revenge, it's walking away so quietly that your absence becomes the loudest thing they ever hear.